Hello everyone, and welcome back to Starsector with me, JD Colley. Last time I mentioned that we had a couple colony threats to deal with, pirate activity, Hellenic Church expedition, and a hegemony expedition, both of which are on quick arrival to our colony. So we're going to try and deal with those in order of their proximity. It will only take us, it says 19 days at base burn level, which means we can get there in about half that time, 9.1 if we go right now, but we're not going to. Instead, we're going to go and take out Kaluka Mine Depot, right here from the pirates. This is the pirate fleet, or the pirate location, that is currently attacking our system. So to prevent there being any further disruption to our colony, I'm going to destroy this place. Though, not before buying anything useful. Let's see, it appears I already did so. I couldn't remember if I had or not. I'm actually going to pick up those squalls. Those are pretty useful. And is there anything else I desire from this location? MRM pods are nice, but I think I have a few back at the colony, so I think we'll call that a day. All right. Let us consider our military options. Now, I'm not concerned about this support fleet. It's not very significant, and the station itself is, well, moderately powerful. Nothing that we cannot handle. So, we're just going to bring in our cruisers, and now we'll bring in the Galactica. Should be fun. Last time I mentioned some stuff about colony production. It turns out I was wrong about that, and I will address that as soon as we get out of here and we can look at the screen. I couldn't remember what thing it was I was supposed to be talking about, but yes, I was corrected about that, and I will show you what that was as soon as we get out of here. But we need to take out this station first. Now this kind of station, there really isn't much you can do about them spawning. It's just something that happens throughout the game. They just spawn. They will continue to do so pretty much forever. Even if you eradicate every single pirate base in the sector, these guys will continue to come after you. There's very little you can do to stop it, and you really shouldn't concern yourself with preventing it for the most part. It's not worth your time. Oh, I accidentally pressed X. I was wondering why I was holding fire. Like, why isn't my ship shooting? That would be why. Okay. I think we could sneak in a little closer, maybe. Remember to launch my missiles. There we go. Alright. A couple missiles are going to hit me, but I think I'm going to actually go and start dealing with the support fleet, rather than worry about this station too much, because I'm pretty sure my fleet's got it in hand. Zip on through here real quick. There we go, the station's down. Let's put this on full assault. I may need to redo the weapon systems on this ship, just to kind of have a more even, or a more equal spread on the weaponry. At the moment, it's not quite aligned the way I would like it. I would like to have a bit more parity between the range on the forward and rear heavy mounts there. And Gauss cannons are really awesome, but I'm not sure they're what I need here. Oh. Oh well. This is not worth my time, but Let's see if it'll hit him. Nope, he got away. Okay. Nothing. We don't need a mud skipper. Alright, we'll take all that. Excellent, some experience. Quickly salvage. And then we're going to get out of here pronto. I'm actually going to salvage again while our transverse jump is booting up. Alright. And then we want to head for Yaquam. As you can see, our monthly income is quite good. And we should be doing just fine. Okay, so the thing I was mentioning before. Previously, I had said in custom productions that this was your, this would determine where your stuff was produced. I'm obviously incorrect about that. It says production gathering point. This is where the stuff you produce will be deposited. Your colony, or not your colony, your faction will use your best colony to produce goods. So wherever you have let's go to colony management real quick, and I will show you. Wherever this is the best, wherever your ship quality is highest, that will be what is used to produce the goods, and then they'll be delivered to the planet specified by the production gathering point thing here. So you can change this, decide where you want ships to be dropped off. That's all that is. So don't worry about selecting production points. That was way off base. Anyway, going back here, let's see, everyone's in the positive now. High-tech, or our orbital stations are building. This one doesn't have an orbital station yet. Do I want to build one? Let's see, where are those people headed? Androzani Minor. Okay. We could build one at Asbeal. I'm not terribly concerned. Someone has mentioned that you really should always build a spaceport, oh, what's it called? Why can't I think right now? What are they? Space station. They said you should always build a space station first. I disagree with that position just because the early raids on colonies are very weak. If you're playing like Nexerlin or something, the mod, then that may not be true, but in the case of vanilla that we're playing, you're really not going to see much in the way of serious threats, especially if you're not doing things like adding a bunch of AI cores and stuff early on. The threats that we're going to deal with, you'll see. Honestly, I think the pirate base was probably the nastiest of them. Pirate activity from Yaquam. Okay, so somewhere else cropped up already. Interesting, but we'll be in a position to look at that in just a minute. Not to worry, I'm sure we'll be able to handle that quite easily. Who's that? Oh, there we go. So there they are. The Eletic Church, Blessed Mission, is coming to visit us. So why don't we just stop them in their tracks? And as you can see, this is not a threat to me. You know, 2 Dominators and an assorted set of frigates and some small carriers, that is not a serious problem. I don't think we're going to need the conquest. We'll just bring these guys in, and I will probably take over. Let's see, one of those 2, I guess. I don't even think we're going to need fighter cover for this one. Yes, we'll take the less skilled commander's ship and quickly mop this up. And this is, I think, indicative of the early fleets you'll see attacking you. Obviously, this would definitely give my defenses a run for their money. My defense fleets are, pitiful, and would definitely be challenged by 2 Dominators. But my personal fleet is well beyond that point. If I lose anything to Dominators like that, just 2 of them at this point, it's because I screwed up, not because they bested me. So. And I would be terribly surprised if the Hegemony fleet was significantly larger. Both fleets are being sent due to my Freeport status, and that generally does not produce dangerous fleets. So again, I really don't feel that if you're managing your colony well by not using the things that really piss people off, I don't think that you should have any serious problem with serious invasions. We need to get rid of that carrier right now. It has guys that shoot torpedoes at us. Atropos. What are they called? I can't remember what they're called right now. Starts with a P, I think. But they're really nice. We'll just get rid of you. Oof. And then get rid of you as the Dominators try and keep up with us. Bye. And then we're just going to cancel those. Cancel that. Yeah. And put an eliminate order on these things. Because there's no reason our heavier ships should be holding back from killing these things at this point. They just need to get in there and slaughter them. What are they called? Perditions. Yes, I knew they started with a P. Yeah, Perdition is a nasty little fighter. They were nastier last patch too because they came in wings of 3, which was unkind. Alright, full assault. I don't know if we're going to be able to catch these guys, but we'll try. I don't know, Falcons can be quite speedy. So, who knows? Nope. Bye-bye. The last one got away. We will pursue them and let our pursuit ships handle it. Excellent. Okay. I don't need a Dominator. Great ships, but a little slow for my taste. Although actually, maybe I should have taken that. My ships are a little slower right now. Okay. 85,000 experience. Quite nice. Okay. So as you can see, their fleet is destroyed. Ooh, a mercantile convoy. Nice. Heading to Trenzalore. Okay. Important things have happened. Their expedition has failed. This is important because that means if I attack this fleet now, it'll be treated as an act of war. They are no longer on a black flag mission. They are now officially back in the Ludic Church's roster. If I attack them, I will lose a huge amount of reputation, like basically a war declaration. So make sure you don't attack these fleets once they have failed their mission. That's very important. You can really hurt your reputation, obviously, by doing that. Oh, what's this? An ox? Oh, been nice to have one of those. Oh well. And now to find the Hegemony fleet, which should be heading in here sometime soon. Let's see. Where are our planets positioned right now? Asbiel, Trenzalore. We want to go to Trenzalore. That's this one here. Hello, Trenzalore. How are you doing? Let's drop off that metal. Okay, and then we'll just get rid of all that. Click the wrong button. Not a huge haul, but definitely not insubstantial either. So there we go. I probably should drop them off or sell them. I don't really need Marines. In fact, I think I'll just drop them off in here. I don't think I'll be paying for them if they're in here. I'm not certain about that. We will see. But last month I definitely paid for them. So each Marine is 20 credits, so 5,760. We'll see if that's reflected in the next month's pay period. Prepare the ships. Let's take a look at the fleet really quick. Some people have mentioned wanting to change this ship up by adding some heavy support weapons into these slots and switching out the Squall for a Locust for the point defense, and that's totally a valid approach. I can definitely see the reasoning behind that. Now you put some not graviton beams, but probably some ion beams in those slots, and that would definitely make for a very irritating ship to fight. It'd be, having 1,000 range, poking at everything around it, while also having the best PD system in the game, firing at everything around you, because the Locusts just mop up everything. They destroy torpedoes and bombers and fighters and missiles, everything. Just if there's something on the field, the Locusts will obliterate it, and then they'll go and hunt all the frigates around you too. So these are really nice, especially if you have them on more than one ship. If you are having like a large set of capitals that all have Locusts on them, you can quickly saturate the PD mounts on the enemy side of the field and pretty much just erase everybody. Like you combine that with Griffins and stuff, and they have no point defense capacity after that. The Locusts eat so much of it that it just becomes completely impossible for them to do anything. I am, however, going to stick with the Squall because I like having this as a support ship with some tanking ability. If I was going for true heavy tank, I would have it with stabilized shields and hardened shields, which I haven't done. Though I think, let's see, how much are stabilized or hardened shields? 18? I'd consider doing that instead of the ITU, just because I'm not super caring if this ship is doing a lot of damage. I just want it to be absorbing a lot of damage, but it's been doing well so far, so I think I'll leave it alone for now unless I really need to change something. I also was considering putting some Mjolnirs on here. These are not the most efficient weapons in the game, far from it. In fact, they're kind of mediocre in that respect. However, they do have a lot of DPS. And since I kind of use this ship like a strike ship, I like to keep it out of range and then zoom in, do some damage, and get away. I think this Mjolnir might work better. We'll see. I could be terribly wrong about that, and if so, we'll learn quickly. But we will give it a try first. I also want to put ion pulsers up there, just for added fun. Okay, so let's go see where the hegemony are. They are colony threats, 10 days until arrival. Okay, so while we're waiting, where's a mercenary officer here? What can you do? Missile spec. Is there anyone I don't like? Not particularly. That's too bad. I really would like another missile specialized pilot. That would be very nice. Because that would make the Griffin a much more useful ship, having a missile spec pilot. Who else has missile spec? You do. I really wish you could hire captains and just hold them in reserve, or officers past your reserve limit. That would be really nice. So I could just trade them out as I needed, but you can't do that, unfortunately. Let's level these guys up real quick. Ooh, power grid modulation, nice. Would have liked to have also got gunnery implants on them, but that's okay. Impact mitigation, no thank you. Target analysis. Ooh, do I want missile spec on her? Oh, she's already got ordnance expertise. I don't like having both of those on the same ship, but she flies a missile ship. So you know what? I'm going to put missile spec on her. Hopefully, well, she didn't pick up any of the blues, no gunnery implants, which probably isn't as important, but power grid modulation would have been nice. Oh well. Let's do this real quick. These people already have pretty much all of their skills picked out. See, I could have picked that up, but then I'd only get 1 point in it, which is nice, but not particularly useful. And I'd rather get the plus 15 weapon damage on Ordnance Expertise. So, anyway, enough of that. Sorry, that took a while. Repair our ships at the dockyard for whatever we did. How am I doing on supplies? Good, 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 good. Let's drop off our stuff. Boom. Oh, the other thing I want to do is, let's see, approach the spacer, discover the pirate base, and where is this going? Persian League for 159,000? Yes, please. I will do that. We will go to Salamanca. And we'll kill a pirate base, hopefully, wherever it is. Oh, hello. He's right next door. So let's just hop outside our system and wait for the hegemony to show up. That is one of ours, I believe. Or at least it's not hostile. We'll just wait here for just a moment. I'll get back to you as soon as the hegemony arrive. Alright, we are back and the hegemony task force has arrived. As you can see, it's less impressive than one might hope. Certainly not something we should have been seriously concerned about. Let's emergency burn after them. We are going to get these guys. There we go, they're dead. See if they actually fight us. Yeah, I was gonna say they might run. Second in command to handle it. This is not something I need to worry myself with. There we go, consider ship recovery. An eagle. I will take that. Take all. Okay. And with that, I do believe that is the end, yep, of the hegemony assault. You notice we did lose reputation, and you will lose reputation with killing those fleets, even though they say that their fleets are unofficial and won't cause any major reputation change. It's true. I mean, you won't have a war declaration from fighting them, but you will lose reputation, which is unfortunate, but can be offset by trade fairly easily. It looks like the pirate base is on the other side of the sun. I'm going to trade with them first, just to pick up some crew and fuel and such. Some Mjolnirs, which are not that useful right now, and I've been asked to carry a bit more crew around as I travel, and I think I can do that. I don't think we're going to grab any more Marines, although we could. You know, we could do that. We could raid here. They only have a ground defense of 117. Let's try it. Abort black market buy. We're not going to need that many. Alright, consider your military options. Launch a raid. Try to acquire goods. We got a high intensity laser. That's fine. Alright, let's engage the orbital station. Continue. I don't know that I'm going to need more than that. I didn't look to see if it was the fighter bay side of the station. It is. It's a carrier bay, which is fine. Okay. Kill those piranhas. There we go. There we go. An easy kill. I probably over-deployed a little bit for that. Okay, and with that, I think we have cleaned up the colony threats to our system of Yaquam. So, pirate activity over. If we go back to our colonies, we can see the stability is only going down from a free port. Also, someone mentioned if you have fewer colonies than your personal maximum, you will gain a bonus in the form of the management bonus here. As it says, having more than the maximum number of colonies under your personal control results in a stability penalty for all your colonies, while having less results in a stability bonus. The penalty or bonus is 2 for each colony over or under the limit. And then colonies under administrator control do not count for or suffering from this penalty. So, if I were to put a administrator in control of one of these planets, as Beal or Trenzalore, then the remaining planet would get a bonus of 2. And this is a good argument, actually, for picking up the colony management skill, as this allows you to manage up to 4 colonies personally, which is nice, but again will allow you to give a massive stability bonus to your colonies should you have this skill but not have full colonies or full usage of it. So if you only have 2 colonies and you have ability to control 4, each of them will be getting 4 stability bonus of the ones you control, which is excellent. So definitely something to consider if you're thinking about where to put your points. Additionally, you can use AI cores to just fill in the potential extras to make it so you don't need to use that skill, but you won't get the bonus, obviously, beyond the just 1 or 2. Obviously, you don't want to use those AI cores, though, until you're ready to fight off the resulting fleets, which will be serious. Let's just take a look really quick through everything here. Patrol HQ is upgrading. We don't have a lot of money right now, which is why I'm kind of avoiding building a station here, but I probably should do that. This one is almost complete and will be ready by the time anyone nasty gets nearby. I think actually what I'm going to do, though, is save my money and probably put in heavy industry next. I want to get heavy industry online so I can use my pristine nanoforge and start putting all of those beautiful blueprints I have to use. So I'm going to save my cash, get that online, and then focus after that on building up my defenses. So after it will follow my my spaceports or my space stations and stuff, but until then I will not build things, and that may be a mistake. Potentially I could be setting myself up for some really nasty fights, but I think we'll be okay. I'm still willing to give it a shot. So anyway, I will get back to you as soon as either we are attacked or I'm able to deliver my goods and I'm deciding what to do next. Alright, welcome back. The month ticked over, and I did want to show that our income did reflect our lower number of Marines. Obviously I picked up a few more when I went to the pirate station, but I dropped off 388, I think, and I only have 247 now. And previously, my payroll was like 5,700. So clearly, dropping those Marines off at my colony did not have or is no longer reflected in my payroll. It's just my fleet, as you can see, which is wonderful. Just checking. Nope, there's no heading here for Marines, so clearly I am not paying for those Marines. Excellent. That does mean, though, they can be consumed by any industry that uses Marines. So, if there's a shortage, they'll be used unless you turn off use stockpiles during shortages, which you can do, since I am using Marines for my ground defenses, but that's okay. Anyway, we are now once again at war with the hegemony. If we go here to hostilities, the Persian League declared on the hegemony, and I found myself a mercantile convoy. So we're just going to shred them real quick. Second in command to handle it, most likely. We will commit a fairly heavy strike force to that. Oh, the Griffin got away? Seriously? Okay. The Atlas didn't. That's what matters. Ooh, we got some food. And that filled us right up. So we'll leave a little bit behind unless there's something less valuable here. I don't think so. Nope. I believe that's the least valuable thing we could have dropped. So, there we go. There's probably a weapon that's got worse ratio, but that's okay. Can I get them still? No. I would love to catch that Griffin, but it's not going to happen. Alright, so anyway, back to when something else happens. Alright, so we delivered those goods to our contract, and we were paid in kind, and I have now begun the heavy industry at Asbiel. I actually recorded, or I thought I recorded the building of that, but anyway, I hadn't. I didn't start the recording like I thought I had, but all I did was basically click on this button and explain that I was clicking on that button, so yay! This building will be producing a lot of goods, including supplies locally, which is something we desperately need. Additionally, it only demands 4 metal and 3 rare metal, and we are already supplying more than enough of that to cover it, which is excellent. Additionally, it's going to take 120 days, which is a long time, and by the time that building is complete, we will have already made enough money to pay for the space stations for both Trenzalore and Asbiel, or actually Androzori. No, okay, yeah, Asbiel, because we already have it on Androzani Minor. So our system will be a lot more heavily defended by the time this thing is online, or at least be heading towards being much more heavily defended before it comes online. And I would not expect we should see much in the way of raiding before then. There is a cooldown on the attacks enemy fleets can send. There's a maximum number that you can be attacked by at the same time, and there's a cooldown once it has happened, but I can't remember either of them off the top of my head. I'm thinking it's 2 and 3 months respectively, so 2 attacks in 3 months, but I could be very mistaken about that. Anyway, we're heading out to a contract out here. I was going to head out to this guy, but well, as you can see, he had expired. He had a conquest. I thought I'd go give it a shot, but anyway, this guy's got a decent amount of money for pretty much no effort, and we have not fully explored the constellation. So if we're able to find some fuel out here, I might explore Erdom Nebula as well. Alright, I'll be back as soon as we arrive. So we've arrived in the Amox star system. There is a desert world there. I didn't know which one it was because I've never been in this system before, so I just guessed when I ended up near Chlor, barren one, but this one appears to have some ruins, so we're going to go survey it really quick before we go visit our friend. Hopefully we get something nice. Not bad. I don't mind having another AI core, but not excellent either. We'll just survey on our way. No reason not to, really. I have the supplies. I have the... Oh, wow. Ruins on both worlds. That's cool. Scattered ruins. Not as good as the other one. That's okay. I would have preferred some blueprints, but that will do. Who is that? There's some things. I bet that is a scavenger. I don't want a kite, thank you. Supply cache. I don't think I need a dram. As nice as they are to have, I think we've outgrown them at this point. Yeah, he's a scavenger. We all know what scavengers do. They stay friendly unless they think they can take you. Whoa, all 3 of these planets have ruins? Wow. And there's something up there. This is an interesting system. Alright, we're going to survey this real quick. Widespread. I'm impressed. Ooh, 246 crew. Not bad at all. And some debris. And a friend. Ah, you're going down. Move in to engage. Obviously this is not a serious threat, but we will show it on screen for fun. This is overcommitting by quite a bit, but that's okay. It's more for fun than any serious concern about my my health at the hands of these guys. I apologize I don't talk too much during battles. I don't really have much to say. You guys know most of the things about combat now. Other than explaining what I'm doing when I do something different, there isn't much I have to tell you about it. Conquests, I just fly with the holding down shift. I don't want to change my keys because I don't always fly them with the alternative control scheme. So I don't like to switch that in the settings. I just hold down shift and that seems to work fine. They're all over here. Oh, I don't want the griffin in front though. That is not good. Slow down the roll. Number one reason conquests die is because players drive them far too aggressively. Spacing is very, very important with a conquest. They don't have the tanking ability of other capitals, well, of the Dominator, Onslaught, sorry, not Dominator, the Onslaught and the Paragon. This and the Odyssey really need to work more on maintaining spacing as they fight in order to do their best, but they're completely capable of doing just as well if you pilot them well. They can be very dangerous ships. A Conquest is absolutely capable of taking on an Onslaught if you pilot it correctly. And it's even more so if you pilot it with combat skills. So the other thing, and the thing that's really nice about Conquests, is they are really hard to escape. Like as far as capital ships go, they're just hard to get away from compared to most capitals. You know, a Paragon you can avoid. It's big and scary and has extremely long range, but at the end of the day, it probably isn't going to be able to get to you if you decide not to let it. There's very few things as slow as a Conquest, or a Paragon. A Conquest, however, can chase down most destroyers if it chooses to, and some frigates as well. So it's something you should definitely consider using if you like a faster style of combat. Makes me kind of want to try a safety override conquest, but that's a terrible idea. Hello. Like I said, this fleet was not even remotely close to a threat to me, but it is a fun exercise for the conquest. Just let myself cool down for a second there. And as someone pointed out, ECCM is really, really, really good on Hurricane Mervs because it dramatically improves the narrowness of that arc they make. They're much, much better at hitting things with it. The only reason I don't have it is just because I don't really care that much, honestly. This ship I'm using mostly for engaging very large vessels. In situations like this, yes, it would do more damage, but I wouldn't miss an onslaught with a Hurricane Merv attack like that, so I don't really care. And I'd have to sacrifice something else to do it, which may be worth it, but I don't really feel like doing it, so I'm not going to. That being said, I think that's it. We can probably just claim victory. Pursue. Actually, let's see what we're facing. Not much. There we go. Nothing of value. Sharks are nice, but I don't need them. And pirate strikes, I think, have destroyed weapon mounts. I could be mistaken. Oh, Cerberus. No, thank you. And we'll just clean that up real quick. All right. I also began the construction of Trenzalor's battle station here, their orbital station. It'll be a battle station when we upgrade it. And I will begin Asbeals here soon. I think, do we have enough? We do. Okay. I'm just going to start that right now. All right. So I think that'll probably wrap it up for today. I'm going to continue exploring. I definitely have the fuel to do so, so I'm going to head out either to Random or Khufu. Not sure which. Probably Khufu, honestly, just because it's less likely I'm going to end up this way anytime in the future because of how far away my own colonies are. But yeah, I'll probably head that way off camera, and that's probably where we'll pick up if I find anything interesting. Else, we'll probably end up back at Yaquim or in the core worlds at the beginning of the next episode. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, and I will see you all next time.